YouTube. What's the deal, YouTube? What's that word? What's that word? Welcome back to another rendition of Kicking It with Ave. And I'm so happy to be back, and I'm so proud to sit amongst you guys right now with another rendition. And when was the last time I spoke to my folks? I spoke to my folks maybe March, April. There's been so much that's been going on since then. It's been so long, so many sneaker releases, things of that nature. And what better way to come back than to come back with those Taxi 12 reviews. But before we get into that, happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day. I am a vet. Shout out to all my battle buddies, whether it's the Army, whether it's the Marines, whether it's the Coast Guards, whether it's the Navy, whether it's the Air Force. All of you guys, man, salute to y'all 100%. Celebrate that day. And it's never an easy thing to do, but you did it. So shout out to the 1%ers. I bring you all here today. I'm a little bit late on the review for the Taxi 12s, but we got something special for you all today. Of course, we know the last joint that dropped was the Taxi 12s this past Saturday. So we're here to talk about it in 3, 2, 1. All right, family, before I get into the Taxi 12s, if you haven't checked out that episode of On the Spot podcast, I got that going. That's episode 4, 9 million spiders and cutwaters. Go check that out. On the Spot podcast with Marco and Ave is can't miss content. But we can fast forward all that. Go check that out whenever you have a little free time. Whenever you want to sit back and you want to enjoy you a laugh, go check that out. But let's take a look at these Taxi 12s. That's clean, ain't it? With that red Jumpman 23. With that Taxi, color on there. Inspired by the greatest athlete of all time. All of those things. I feel like it's a very clean shoe. And it's a fun fact for y'all. I've never owned a pair of Taxi 12s prior to today, at least the OGs. I've never owned a pair of Taxi 12s. So this is one of those ones that it's a keepsake for me. And it's one of those ones that I'm proud to have in my collection because it's clean. You can go so many different directions in it. Like you can go the black jeans. The black jeans gonna always lay good off of them, right? They're always gonna lay good off of them. You can go blue jeans, depending on however you rock your shit. The blue jeans go good off of them, or the gray jeans. Like I'm not opposed to the gray jeans. So, just whatever it is that your style is. I mean, you could just never go wrong with that good Taxi 12 with the white on the top, the black on the bottom. MJ wore these in that 96, 97 season, right? Predominantly home games and all that kind of stuff like that. Of course, you see the different screenshots of MJ rocking these on feet. So this is one of your true OGs. And it's a necessary cop. One of my homeboys had hit me up the other day, and he asked me, he say, since I got the playoff 12s, which is the black at the top, the white at the bottom with the gray Jumpman right here. That's gray. So it's the black at the top, the white at the bottom, the gray Jumpman. He asked me, he say, is it necessary for me to have the Taxi 12s if I got the playoff 12s? And I'm like, absolutely. Those are two totally different things, and they did two totally different things in their time. Like, although it's the same colorway, just reverse. Like, I'm one of those ones that I just feel like if it's an OG, it's a must cop. And I know a whole lot of OGs done, a lot of people don't go for the OGs nowadays. The OGs used to be sold out. I remember freezing cold. I live in Michigan, by the way. Of course, the ones that don't know, Detroit, Michigan. I remember the days of the holiday 11s, right? The holiday 11s, your Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas 11s, where you standing outside freezing cold. You standing outside freezing cold, waiting on those releases. So I still believe in the nostalgia of all of the OGs, right? Now, granted, there's so many different outlets where you just get those OGs and all this kind of stuff like that, and they going below resale or retail and all those things of that nature. But I still believe in just doing the groundwork for all your pairs. I still believe in the days of when you cop that OG pair, that feeling that it gave you, and you just excited and things of that nature. So I'm one of the ones that feel like OGs can never die, although the price point on a lot of these OGs don't necessarily reflect that, right? But to answer his question, and I answered this question then, okay, you have the playoffs, right? You have the playoffs 100%. Same as that colorway. These are one of the ones that you still need. Yo, Air Jordan 12 taxis. Now next, I mean, we pretty much, did like a light, soft review on the Air Jordan 12 taxis or whatever. But next, I want to do a lot of comparing contrasts because I've been seeing a lot of riffs, on social media in regards to the different renditions of the taxis that they've dropped over the last few years. But before that, shout out to my Detroit Lions. Shout out to my Detroit Lions. Number one in the NFC North yet again. Right? Green Bay lost to Philly last week. We beat the shit out of Washington. Shout out to my Detroit Lions. We're gonna always forever rep them. But I want to get into some compare and contrast about a bunch of different renditions that they've come out with the taxis. Instead of giving us the taxis over the last few years, they've always given us the joints with the little red in it. They've given us the joints with the gold in it and all that kind of stuff like that. So let's do a little compare and contrast, if I can speak correctly. So you have your OG pair of your Air Jordan 12 taxis, right? Cool. Love it. Beautiful. It's going to always be a forever must-have. Quite a few years ago, I was thinking that maybe we'll never get another taxi, or it's going to take some time to give us that taxi. And here I present you that Air Jordan 12 Royalty. It got that gold Jumpman on there. And it's almost the same exact shoe. It's almost the same exact shoe, right? If we just taking a look at it, you got your black at the top, your white at the bottom. You got your gold eyelets, right? You got your gold eyelets here. The differences are you got the gold Jumpman, whereas on your OG taxi, you got the blacked out Jumpman, right? If we taking a look at the bottom of the shoe, or excuse me, the back of the shoe, of course, you got the thing that makes it the taxi with that gold Jumpman on the back of it with that red 23. But then on the royalties, you have the white Jumpman stamp with the white 23 on there, right? And I've been seeing quite a few disrespectful things in regards to this. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about some of the royalties are better, the royalties pop better, and all that kind of stuff like that. If you like the gold, that's cool. Just say that. If you like that gold Jumpman, that's cool. Just say that. But there's no rendition of the taxi that's going to be able to come out to where I'm going to say that the taxi is lesser than, right? This is a cool consolation prize. 100% cool. It's a cool consolation prize. But it doesn't defeat the original. How can you be better than the original? It's not possible in my eyes, right? It's not possible in my eyes. So I just wanted to do a quick little compare and contrast. Like even the bottom, like look at the bottom of the taxi. They just pop so much better. They just pop so much better. And this was cool at the time. They came with the black laces. I never felt like the black laces made sense in these. But there's never going to be a consolation prize that's going to be better than the original to me. And that's just simply that. Let me know what y'all think about that. Let me know what y'all think about that. I do like the height of the black on the royalties. The height of the black on the royalties are great. Like, the shape of them are great. I love it. Right? And when I refer to the height, it's this. I love it. It's beautiful. It's a great shoe. It's a great consolation shoe. But it's not your original Air Jordan 12 Taxi. Furthermore, I always do like the home and aways and things of that nature. Like, so when Mike, of course, you'll see it up here. When Mike, he did his thing in his home games with the taxis, the original taxis. Speaking of your consolations, things of that nature, you also have your rendition of the black taxi, right? You have your rendition of it. Ooh, I wore that quite a few. That thing is a little beat up, but you have your rendition of the black taxi, which, I mean, at the time I still enjoy it. I love it. I mean, you see, I wore it a lot. I put that thing on the earth. But what y'all think about these? Like, this is your black taxi. This is your white taxi. What y'all think about these? Which ones y'all prefer? And don't let me wearing this, quite a bit, just hinder your decision on what you want to feel like is better. Just let me know. Take a look at the colorways, the color blocking, and let me know. So put in the original taxi to the side, going back to the royalties. This is probably more of a fair comparison. Which one do y'all feel like is better? Me personally, I can't say. I mean, it's a home and away. 9 times out of 10, and I can't even necessarily say with confidence 9 times out of 10, I do prefer that white shoe. It's a little bit cleaner, but I love these both. Let me know what y'all think about which one y'all prefer. One or the other, the white taxi or the white royalty or the black taxi. Same color blockings, just one is home, one is away. Let me know in those comments what y'all think. Now, I do want to introduce a new segment with Kicking It With Ave, and it's just exactly that. Like, I need y'all to understand, like, from On The Spot podcast, which is playing in the background, to Kicking It With Ave sneaker reviews, the on feats, the in-store pickups, things of that nature, the support has always been great. I will always extend that gratitude because you guys give me the motivation to keep it going and things of that nature. And, just in my everyday walks of life, people either, speaking about the On The Spot podcast or, hey, when you coming back with Kicking It With Ave and things of that nature. So I do want to introduce a new topic that I feel like is beneficial, just so, everybody can be heard and people, whatever questions that they had whenever they bumped into me, whether it's at work, whether it's at the grocery store, whether it's my family members, whether it's on social media, things of that nature. I do want to answer some of y'all questions. So it's exactly that. Kicking It With Ave, Kick It With Ave. So I have 4 questions on every video that I will answer. So number 1, one of my guys, they asked me the question, would you rock your taxis or keep them dead stock? Now, anybody that knows me know I'm going to always forever rock my kicks. I'm always going to have some fly shit on my feet. I don't care if my jeans are $60. I don't care if my t-shirt is $20 or whatever the case may be. I'm always going to have some fly stuff on my feet. So 100%, I'm rocking my taxis. 100%. But anybody in the sneaker community that knows, if you know, you know. You always keep one to rock and one to stock. So it's one of those 50-50 things. Of course, you're going to see me in some Taxi 12s. But of course, I'm going to keep one dead stock because it's just one of those ones that you got to have a double up on. So that's question number 1. Question number 2. If you could only keep one, Flu Games or taxis, which one would you keep? That's an excellent question. That is an excellent question because I have both of them here. Of course, you have your Taxi 12s and you have your Flu Game 12s. I put these on Earth maybe once or twice. If I had to make a decision, I would say that I would keep my Taxi 12s just because I feel like I can do a little bit more. I can do a little bit more with my Taxi 12. So I will probably keep my Taxi 12 over the Flu Game 12s. And if you guys have been around for any extended period of time, you will see me and Marco. Shout out to Marco, my brother. We did a review in a comparison and contrast to the Flu Game 12s and the Cherry 12s, which I have down here. They will be making, a scene. But like a black shoe, I feel like you limited into what you could do with a black shoe as opposed to a white shoe. So I would keep my Taxi 12s because I feel like I can get more and more variety out of my fits with a white on black as opposed to a black on red. Okay, so next question. How much would you pay for a DS pair of Taxis right now? I wouldn't pay over retail right now. I wouldn't pay over retail because, like I stated earlier in the video, the OGs are not being respected, and they haven't been respected in the last 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, right? Like a lot of these new sneaker aficionados, as you would call them, they not really respecting the OGs. So the OGs, they either are going at retail or below retail. So I wouldn't pay an astronomical price for a DS pair of Taxis right now. And this is also an informative video, like an informative video. Like a lot of people, they try to put these extra tax, these resellers. Reselling is dead right now currently in the market, right? Unless it's some extremely exclusive stuff. But as far as for OG general release pair of Jordans, like you don't have to pay over retail. As long as you do your groundwork, you put your raffles in and things of that nature, you still have your resellers that's living in the past. Oh, I can get $300, $450 for these pair. No, it's dead. Look at GOAT, look at StockX. You'll see these shoes are going for retail or below. You don't have to break the bank to get a pair. So to answer your question, no. To answer your question, how much would you pay for a DS pair of Taxis right now? Retail or below. That's the correct answer. Lastly, are Taxi 12s top 5 Air Jordans of all time for me? For me, I would say no, but it will be an honorable mention of mine. If I can get into some of the things that I feel like are top 5 for me. My number one favorite Air Jordan of all time is your Black Cement 3 with that Nike Air stamped on that ass. Your Black Cement Air Jordan 3 is top 5 for me. That's one. I would say your Concord 11, the original. This is 2018 pair with the 45 on the ass. This is in there. Although this is a different rendition of it, this is your Union one with the shadow gray up top. But the reason why I'm displaying this shoe is because your Chicago one, the red, the original joint, 85, like Chicago ones will be in my top 5. The original Chicago one, not the Union one, but I was just trying to give you guys an example. I would say your Black Metallic 5, Nike Air stamped on that ass. Love these. This will be in my top 5. And although, again, we are supposed to be expecting these, but this is not your high top version of it, but your Concord, or excuse me, not your Concord, your Space Jam 11 is also in my top 5. And ahead of the Taxi 12 would be your Cherry 12. your Cherry 12 will be ahead of your Taxi 12. So Taxi 12s wouldn't be in my top 5, but they are amongst the greats and they are amongst your must cops. So I appreciate you guys as always. The most gratitude to you guys. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all kicking it with Ave. And until next time, the next time that y'all see me, I'll be in Miami soaking up some sun. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave all comments and feedback in the comment section. Or if you see me in passing, as you guys always do, kick it with Ave. Until next time. And we are.